What's up, everyone? It's Gage here. Welcome to you, Buck Dad. And today we got returning guest, the number one running back for Orlando Guardians, Devin Darrington. Welcome back, my guy.
I appreciate you for having me on, man. I'm excited to be on here. Thank you.
Now, Devin, the season can go as planned, 1-9. All of us kind of had high expectations of Orlando Guardians. In your perspective, is there anything that could have been different? The Guardians could have done differently that could have got them to that playoff push?
Yeah. Of course we all had different expectations, Nobody thought we would be 1-9, but coming into a new league, new coaches, new players, first time playing with each other, you're gonna have some mistakes. And I think for us that was the big part is shooting ourselves in the foot a lot in the games, with penalties and things like that early on. We got a lot of injuries on the team. Including myself, I had a minor hamstring injury the last week of training camp. It wasn't, too serious, but they didn't want me to keep pushing on it and make it worse. So, I was out. We had some injuries, and like I said, just making mistakes in games that really we just beat ourselves a lot, and that was just our biggest downfall. But I think we were young and hungry, had a lot of talent, great coaches, and just had to, just lock in mentally, and that was the biggest thing. And we figured that out, later on in the season. We had a lot of close games that, we were close to, pushing out the win, but things happen. It's football, and it's always next year to recollect and revamp and come out better.
Yeah, I 100% agree. There's a lot of tough games, even this one with Battlehawks. But before the Battlehawks, because everyone's looking like, oh, they just got dominated. And 1-9 gets the perception of this team is like the worst team in the league. And from watching you guys play, you guys improved a lot, and there's a lot of areas you guys did really good at. And there's a lot of close games. You beat the DC Defenders. I don't think that was just got lucky or a mistake. You gave it all you got, and that was the real Guardians I saw.
Oh yeah, yeah. When you cut on the film, man, we can compete with anybody. We when we played DC, we didn't come into the game like, oh, they're the undefeated team. We oh man, we came in there like it's another game, and that's what we were been doing. We had like you said, we had a lot of close games. We just shot ourselves in the foot a lot. If you watch film, a lot of the times it's the minor, it's details. The minor things that ended up causing us to win or lose. So just focusing on those is really just the biggest difference in football. Football is always the small details. The win or loss. Uh, whether it's losing by 3 points or six. You know what I'm saying? It's always and the thing about it is there's always mistakes that can be corrected from everybody. That's the beauty of football. It's not just point fingers at one person. We're a team, so everybody can play better. You know what I'm saying? So, uh, yeah, man, just locking in and correcting our own mistakes. I think if we did that, man, our record would be completely different. I think we'd be in the playoffs now. Honestly, in my opinion, if we didn't shoot ourselves in the foot a lot, because we had the athletes, we had the guys making plays. Uh, just couldn't correct those mistakes.
Yeah, and that and we all saw that. There's a lot of mistakes, a lot of penalties, and like you said, you got there has to be accountability. Like people pointing fingers at one another, how's that help? What I mean, it's everyone. Then everyone's attacking each other. It's like, man, we got to come together and work this out because obviously someone's not doing it right, but it's not. This ain't tennis. It's not just one player. It's all of us. You know what I mean? That's where you all got to come together.
Right, coaches, players, etc., all got to come together. So it's not just one person that is at fault. You know what I'm saying? You can whether you put it on, you want to put it on the players or the coaches. It's just everybody together. It's the football team. But I know ultimately we just appreciate the fans and everybody's support. Regardless of our record, people came out and cheered for us, and that was big for us. Just having people constantly support us and cheer us on. And I think next year will be a great year for us. I think we'll have everything figured out, and with with new coaches and new players. I think now we know what direction we want to go in as a team. So I think it'll be great next year, next season.
Oh, definitely, because this is only an inauguration year. You know what I mean? Like this is brand new, so it's everyone's still kind of getting how this works. So I think the Guardians going to be a lot better next season. And who knows with the coaching staff or players, because obviously they got to go by the record and see where they can fix it. So hopefully some of the coaching staff comes back, but we'll see how that works out. To all those coaching staff and players, wish you all luck, and where you guys go next, hope you all do well.
Oh yeah, man. Appreciate that. Yeah, and we all got our own. I think everybody has their own individual goals, whether it's players or coaches. Like me, mine is to go play in the NFL at the next level. But if that doesn't work, I'll still come back and play for the Guardians. But just everybody having their own goals, and I think that's another thing about a team is important is we all have common goals and we all have one goal to succeed. And when you put everybody's um, goals together, that's how you win. And I think football is just a lot of mini one on one. It's just about winning your one on one. And if the whole team can win their one on one on every play, it'd be a perfect ball game. But nothing, no ball game in football has ever been perfect. Those guys, they're professionals just like we are, so they're practice and train to beat us just how we're practice and train to beat them. I think it's just who can not make their mistakes and who can win their one on ones.
Exactly, it's best man on the field, and that's just how it goes.
Yep. Yep.
And I just think it comes down to leadership in the locker room as well. You guys had a lot of leadership, and it was just a hard season. You know what I mean? Just because it's just brand new, everyone's getting used to it, and include that Florida weather, man. Everyone's like, "What the hell's going on? What is this?"
Yeah, that Florida weather is a killer, man. I ain't gonna lie, but it's great to play in the heat. But nah, that's definitely one of the things that we figured out. Early on in the season when we were losing a lot, and just especially when we got knocked out of the playoffs, just trying to keep level headed and think to ourselves, what are we gonna play for? You know what I'm saying? We're not in the playoffs, but we can still play for our pride, for each other, for our families, for our goals. And with the leadership thing, that was an important thing is some of us stepping up and being those guys to tell everybody like, hey, it doesn't matter what our record is or if we're not going to the playoffs. Remember you all got individual goals and you have family watching you, and we playing for each other. We're a team. We don't come out here to practice just to practice. We come out here with a purpose, and we have to just display that purpose regardless of the record.
Yeah, and that's a good mindset to have. It's more about just the money or practice. It's something deeper than that because you guys are family. You spent months with each other. It's just because the season's over doesn't mean you just quit. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
It's like finish strong and you finish strong because you have great players and a good team. Even though the record didn't reflect that, you guys are warriors and you don't bow down, and that's what you guys did. The Battlehawks, people are gonna see a different story with at the outcome. But I see you guys that first half. You gave it everything you got. The second half got, as things went away, mistakes started happening. But overall, I still that fighting you guys. You guys didn't give up until the last play.
Oh yeah, yeah, definitely. And that was the thing the whole season. We come out playing well, and I think when we beat DC, that was big for us because it felt good just to be able to say like we beat the number one team, just to tell people like we're not terrible. We're not a bad team at all. You know what I'm saying? We beat ourselves a lot, and like we proved it then at that game. We just beat the number one team. It really was just we just didn't make as many mistakes as normal. So we watch film all the time and just critique ourselves, and it's just like you would see like, oh, if I never did this on that play, or if I made this block or beat that dude, you know what I'm saying? We'd be in better shape, and from players to coaches, we had a lot that we could have done better. And I think going on throughout the season, everybody grew and learned. That was the big thing, you know what I'm saying? And that's the purpose of the XFL, like to develop people and get guys ready for the next level. And I think a lot of people developed and learned, including myself.
Yeah, and that's and the league is awesome like that. Like with Dwayne Johnson and Danny Garcia, this seems like they have a big vision for this league. And even the last owners, I didn't think they had that. They had a vision, but I feel like Dwayne and Garcia are seeing this from like generations from now. You know, this league, how they're building it up, it's here for the long haul. That's what I love. You know, the passion they have into it and the energy they put into it.
Oh yeah, 100%. And like I said, that passion and what you put into it is gonna show. And the XFL has been an entertaining league, and it's been very organized, and you can tell from the inside, and I'm sure from the outside, being a fan, like they put a lot of effort into this league, and trying to make it entertaining and just quality football. I think that was the biggest thing about the XFL is just putting out quality football, entertaining football, guys that can make plays, and that's what one of the things the coaches said when we came. We're looking for guys that can make plays, and that's just the name of the game. And I think the XFL, like you said, will be around for a long time if they keep doing what they're doing. And it's been a great thing.
Now, obviously, you tried out for the Chiefs the season before. You couple like I think it was like 6 months before you joined Guardians or you got drafted by them, and it didn't work out. What was your kind of mindset on just kind of thinking about even the play for the Guardians?
Yeah, well, I'll start from earlier. Well, I wasn't even drafted. That's the thing. I was talking to my previous agent, and he was like, "Hey, I'm hearing, late rounds to priority free agent, and I'm getting calls from teams left and right. Even asking me like, what's the closest airport to you so we can fly you out. So I'm feeling good on draft day. But you can never know what to expect. So after that, I just got an invite to the Chiefs camp, and I was supposed to actually go to another camp, Carolina, I think, and kind of never heard back from that with my previous agent or anything. But yeah, with Chiefs, man, it was just just being there and being in that room. Of course they won the Super Bowl, so that was kind of cool to just say that I was there in that room, and yeah, I had a good time. I gave it my all. They still saw talent in me. They liked my talent and things like that. But you know, they already had kind of their guys. With the guys they drafted, and they already had a room. So I think which is more of just like a numbers game type of thing. And so when I got the opportunity to play in the XFL, you know, to me it was just another opportunity to show them that hey, you missed out on somebody who can really ball. So I channeled that, um, all that, and just took it into account when I played in the XFL. And every game, just thinking to myself, I gotta be a playmaker. You know what I'm saying? I got a lot to prove, and still have a lot to give on the football field. And hopefully, after this draft, I get a call and um, can play somewhere, and things will be good.
And you definitely showed it, man. You ended up being like the number one guy on the as a running back for the Guardians between you and Martin, and you got like 4 touchdowns. You know, and you had 133 yards in one game. One game.
Yeah, San Antonio. Yeah, that was good, man. And when you're playing in the games, you kind of don't even think about how many yards you have right in the moment. You just kind of worried about making plays and winning for your team. So, I go into the games with a goal, and just play in my head like what I want to do and how everything's gonna work out. I think all great players do that. Envision themselves making big plays. So, my goal every game is just to be a big playmaker for my team and being that guy. And I think that game definitely was that was the case. And I was just all glory to God. Just grateful that I had a great training, and my parents, they always pushed me, and thanks for my line for blocking that day. And I just appreciate everybody. It's never just you. It's always other things that lead to success. So just continuing to train to be that guy, man. Just be that guy that makes plays, be a playmaker, and just be an exciting football player.
Yeah, and you too. Like, and I like how you mentioned it wasn't just you. Like Martin was blocking, or Martin was getting the yards. It's like you guys really work together because sometimes you think, oh, that guy is way better than that dude. It's like sometimes they're working together and
Yeah.
some plays is designed for them because it's what they're best at.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Jermaine, that's my dude, man. He's a great running back, and we never it was never any spiteful competition between me and him. It was hey, I got you on this play. You need me on this play, I got you. Like let's work together and you know just be the best we could be for the team. We were one and whatever at the time. So for us it was really just trying to make plays and support each other. So
And when, like, I remember, and I watched a couple of games this year, and you guys, when you're in sync, you guys were pretty fucking good. And that's what they said the Guardians' number one strength was the running game. Because the passing game was struggling, but when you guys were working together and very in sync, you guys were like bowling balls down there.
oh yeah, that's the thing about football, man. If you can run the ball, man, you can control the game, man. So that's the thing about it, and having good running backs is important, and a good line that can open up holes and things like that. And, I think for the most part, uh, we had a good run game. I just think little things could have been corrected, and yeah, man, it's kind of hard to say, talking about it, what could have been done better, to establish more of a run game. But sometimes the other team just, they got well coached, and um, sometimes they just run the perfect plays on defense, and it's just, not that, it was a bad play call or that people messed up. Sometimes it's just they called a perfect play for the situation.
Yeah, and sometimes it's hard to beat the perfect play, especially when they can predict it.
Right, right,
And there
exactly.
are some great head coaches like Wade Phillips and Anthony Beckett from the Battlehawks. Those head coaches are very hard to beat because they have a lot of experience in that department.
Oh yeah, 100%. And that's the thing. Coach Buck, he's a great coach. I think with more, him being a head coach for going forward, I think he'll pick up on a lot and just be. I think he'll develop into a really really great coach. He's already good, but I think it takes time. And him being a first year head coach, nobody was expecting perfection. You know what I'm saying? So. Uh, I know he'll and he's that type of guy. He puts in the work to be better at things, and I know he'll come back even better for Orlando.
Yeah, it's only inauguration year. No one's gonna. It could have went either way because everyone's still kind of getting sick of each other. This is the first time they've really been in the same like lot room with each other. You know,
Exactly.
and so there was no perfection that. It's hopefully next year we get better and kind of work on a lot of mistakes we made this year, like the penalties. Just basically shoot ourselves in the foot. So
Yep. Yep.
definitely a lot of reevaluation.
For sure, man. For sure.
Now, like obviously, you said you had an injury, a knee injury, when you by the time the season started. I think it actually happened right around like
That was
one.
it was my hamstring. It was a little
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, it was a little minor. It was last week of training camp. We kind of had did a lot a couple days before and the day before, and that day. So it was just uh a lot of tension on it, and I was going out to run on Gunner down at punt on the punt team, and sprinting 50, 60 yards, and then on the last 10, just trying to pull up and incidents happen. I was lucky, just not lucky, but just grateful that it wasn't a serious injury. It was just super minor, and it healed really fast. I came back because we had like a week off. I came back and was still able to move pretty well. It was practicing, but Coach Buck wanted me to be smart, and it was the right decision. So I was grateful for him for making that decision. Just me giving it time to completely heal 100% and not just be 90% and risk anything. So once I came back and it was healed, it was time to go.
Yeah, and hamstring injuries are not the easiest things to heal back from. So it's good to have sometimes because we're like, man, let's fucking go. Yeah, I can't waste this opportunity. Sometimes we don't think long term, and luckily the head coach, luckily being a long time player, he knows how that can be. So he's like, man, you wait till 100%. You do not want to risk this.
Right, because I was feeling great, man. I was like, I came back a week later because I got rehab on it, and I'm like, Coach Butler, I feel good. Like, let's go. And I thought I was gonna be able to play the second game, um, and it was just he was just like, hey, like just be smart. You don't want to rush it, and even though it was minor, consistently talking to the trainers, and everybody knew it wasn't serious, but. With Coach Buck looking out for me, he knows what my long term goals are being in the NFL. He's like, you don't want to rush into it and mess potentially make it worse. If it's not 100%, because he's like, you may feel great today, but it only takes one incident to happen and it makes it worse. And then long term, your goals kind of change. So I was great. Like I said, I was grateful for him for that advice and that knowledge. And at the time, I was bummed out. Talking to my parents like, "Hey, sorry, I won't be playing." Like I was bummed, but hindsight, it was the best decision.
Yeah, and it paid off. 4 touchdowns. You average around like 4.3 yards per carry. Like, yeah, you had an impressive season, number 6 in rushing.
Oh,
So it turned out for the best. You felt 100%. And now, are you looking at getting calls after this NFL draft?
oh yeah, I definitely am, man. That's the name of just being patient. I just made my tape, so getting that out to my agent and also posting it on YouTube. So just staying ready, man. I know they were watching the XFL, and you never know how it's gonna go with the draft, and they don't know. So I know after this draft, probably be expecting the call, hopefully. But just yeah, just praying and hopefully I get the call. If not, nothing wrong with going back and playing for Orlando. I loved it. I loved it. Playing for the XFL. It was a great experience, and I'm just go wherever God wants me to go.
Yeah, wherever it's guiding towards, you never know where your journey's going to go, and just enjoy the ride while it's here.
Yep, that's it. That's the name of the game.
Also, there is a team that's right around the corner in Tampa.
Hey, I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't mind at all.
Yeah, man. Yeah. So, and Buccaneers fans, keep an eye out for Devin Darrington. He's a guy that I'm like, guys, like, I'm hoping the Buccaneers are seeing this, man. Like, let's get this guy at least a tryout, because dude, your speed and your field of vision, dude. I saw you this season. I'm looking. I'm like, all right, let's hope this play develop. Where did Devin go? He was just there.
Oh, man, appreciate it, man. It's all God, man. It's all God.
Yeah, man. It's amazing part, man. It's just a journey because you like, obviously the hamstring injury. Then you're like, man, hopefully I can make it. Hopefully play this week, and then by the end of the season, you're number 6 in rushing, and you're possibly looking at a call from the NFL. So you never know where it takes you.
Yeah, never know, man. Never know. But God has a plan for everybody, and everything happens for a reason. So I'm just blessed and believing in myself and my talents and working hard, and blessed to have my parents and God on my side, man.
And it's amazing, man. Now, um, yeah, are you watching the draft tonight? Or are you're looking at because I know you're not you don't really have any favorite teams, but is there any particular teams you're kind of looking at?
Yeah, I'm gonna watch the draft, of course, just to have an idea of what kind of backs different teams have. Just so uh, if I do expect a call or calls, I can make a better decision off of that. But I'm just interested just to see what running backs teams get. Honestly, there's some guys in the draft that are pretty good, and just can't wait to see what teams they end up on, man. And just you can also learn about new players and new guys in college. So that's the cool thing about it. But yeah, really just I don't have a team, man. Just checking it out and just keeping mental notes is all.
And is there any guys that you're looking at from your old college from Virginia?
Oh yeah, oh yeah. Dontavion Wicks and AJ Johnson, man. Those guys, those are my dudes. So I'm hoping they get picked up. And also my boy at had a couple dudes from Harvard who were doing pro day. So I got some teammates that I'm hoping get calls. But like I said, you never know with draft day. I think the two from Virginia definitely will get calls for sure. And I'll be excited to see them, go to a team.
Yeah, it's always exciting to see that, teammates and people that's been working so hard. It's like, man, good for him. It's draft day. And to me, it's like a holiday, man. It's just I love seeing people's dream being accomplished. It's
Oh yeah.
it's an amazing time.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And for those people that are even undrafted, they get an opportunity to play for the team. And sometimes these are the best journeys. Like you look at it, there's just undrafted players. There's a lot of undrafted players that were fucking phenomenal.
Oh yeah.
And sometimes those journeys are the best way because you're not given the position, so that makes it more worthwhile.
Right.
And you have that inner drive to like, okay, you know what? I worked my way up here. I'm not letting it go, not for anything.
Right. Not letting it go, man. That's the name of the game, and just like I said, God has a plan for everybody, man. No matter what you want to do, God already knows what you're gonna do or what's gonna happen before it happens, and just trusting in His plan, man. That's why me going to the XFL, I was just happy about it because I know it's all God's plan, and everything happened for a reason. And there's just so many things that's happened in my football career that I know, not coincidental. Things supposed to happen, and just trusting in God, man. That's it.
Exactly, and you never know what dreams like. Even example, one player I'm feeling was undrafted. He didn't even get a big scholarship in college. He had to get his way in. So everyone has a different type of journey,
Yeah.
and I don't think anything is never guaranteed.
Right. Yeah. I
So,
think
yeah,
Tom Brady was drafted in the sixth round, wasn't
all right, sixth round.
he? Yeah, sixth round. Think about it. It's crazy, man. Like, you know, cream always rises to the top, man.
Dude, it's crazy, and it's added to that is like that was a compensation pick.
That's crazy. Crazy. Now look at him, man. Now look at him.
Yeah, dude, he's played over 20 years in the league and is in the sunset now. He's just chilling with his tequila. That's the dream.
Hey, it ain't a bad lifestyle, man.
Yeah, I tell you though, you guys playing a pretty good stadium in Orlando. I went to that stadium, Camping World Stadium. Pretty cool place.
Oh yeah, Campbell World is nice, man. I think it's definitely one of the best in the XFL. I think, yeah, Campbell World is beautiful. I think it definitely is. Good environment there. I think um, great fans in Orlando. We couldn't have done it without them, their support. And Campbell World's pretty live, man.
It was, man. And that game was like, man, I should have brought my fucking hat.
Yeah, or an umbrella or something, huh?
I was like, God damn it, I didn't even bring sunglasses. I'm like, fuck.
Yeah, it got hot, man. It's hot, but shoot, like I said, nothing like playing football out in the sun, man. That's all.
Yeah, exactly. And you guys got to travel to a couple of cities. What was? Did you have any favorite cities that you visited, like Las Vegas
Oh
or
yeah.
St. Louis?
So Vegas, I love Vegas. That was my first time in Vegas. It was, being out there, and it was beautiful and it looked like a lot of fun. Even though we weren't there for fun, but I definitely would go back and visit on my free time, and also because I live here in Missouri right now, like near St. Louis. So coming back home, I had a lot of people come to support me at the game. I had to get like 50 tickets, man. So definitely saying, and the Battlehawks, their fan base is crazy. It's they sold out the game, sell out the arena like every time, or the dome, whatever they call it. But
Yeah,
yeah, their fans are crazy, and I was glad that the last game was here because I was able to just go home after the game, honestly. But I had a lot of people at the game supporting me, so I was grateful for that.
yeah, I did, dude. That was perfect. You're like, man, you know what? I'm going. This is the off season now. I'm going back home, bro.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
then
it worked out perfectly.
Just yeah, after the game, just go back home, man.
Yeah, you might as well, man. Enjoy the off season. You know what I mean? It's been a long season for you guys. You gotta enjoy it.
Oh yeah, yeah. But I mean, with the NFL, if guys that want to go to the NFL, it's a quick little turnaround, because they got camps and stuff. So it's really just gonna be a short little off season, like hopefully like a 2 week off season. Hopefully I get a call from somewhere and have to go out pretty soon. But yeah, just enjoying this time with my family that I have. It's always good, being we were in a hotel since January, early January, so finally getting back home and being able to spend time with my family was it's a blessing.
Yeah, man. And you earned it, man. It was a hell of a season, man, and you did pretty damn good. You
I
know.
appreciate it, man. Appreciate you. And I appreciate you having me on here too, bro. It means a lot.
Yeah, man. It's always a pleasure, man. I'm really glad you came back, and you're always welcome back here, man.
Appreciate
Hopefully next time you have a Buccaneers jersey on.
it. With 26 on it, that'd be cool.
Oh yeah, I can see it, man. You know what I mean?
Hopefully.
Well, man, it's great to have you, and good luck after the draft because I have a feeling you're gonna get a couple calls. So, good luck with that, and next part of your journey, man.
I appreciate it, man. Again, thanks for having me on, and let's stay in touch for sure.
Oh, definitely, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. Like and subscribe, and I hope you buck that.
Stand guard.
Stand guard, baby.